massive worst season and unwatchable football, to say the least. And this is not personal conduct. We just call it. We just call it the way we see it. Football is unwatchable. It really is, and they're non-competitive. And don't be surprised if the owner of the Colts start making some moves. GM and probably a new head coach, and probably get a new quarterback or get a new running back or offensive lineman, something. And since the departure of since the injuries of Andrew Luck, this team has not been the same. And when are we ever going to see Andrew Luck play football again? And that's the question we got to ask, because it's been a year or two since Andrew Luck has played football, and we haven't seen him play quarterback since. So that is something scary, and is something to worry about if you're a Colts fan. As for the Broncos, yes, they have the number one defense in the NFL. That's great, but they're not gonna scare anybody. And they're gonna look for it. And they got even though they won this game, they still got big problems on their own as they get ready for to play for. Both teams will play for pride, basically, obviously. But that's the story for the Thursday Night Football. Now, week 5. Now tomorrow's game will be 2 doubleheaders. You can see the game on the NFL Network. Both games on the NFL Network only. The first game is the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions, as the Bears looking to snap their massive losing to keep their winning streak going after they look impressive against Cincinnati by the score of 33-7, looking to do the same thing against the Detroit Lions, who's pretty much still fighting for a playoff life, as Matthew Stafford is still ready to go and looking to have a much better performance than last week against last week as the Lions look to keep their playoff hopes alive. And on the second game is the AFC. Whoever wins this game is pretty much going to win the AFC West, as the LA Chargers, hate to say that name, the LA Chargers will face the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs looking to put whoever wins this game obviously going to win the AFC West, and honestly, personally, they should have simulcast this game either on NBC or CBS or whatever the case may be. But we'll find that out. We'll find that out tomorrow as we get ready. Now, let's go deep into the game, as the New Orleans Saints will host the New York Jets, and let's just say this game is gonna be. Is no surprise that they are the Saints are the absolute favorites, and as far as the Jets, you gotta play for pride. You gotta play for pride, because the playoff run, the playoff dreams is shattered, and there's no way of McCown is out for the year. You just gotta try out the quarterbacks, Bryce Petty and Christian Hackenberg. And if you're gonna play Christian Hackenberg, as I said before, you're better off doing it now. Otherwise, you might as well say forget it and move on, as the Jets look to try to dampen the Saints' playoff dreams. And the Giants as far as every time the Giants and the Eagles play, don't look at the records, because the records don't necessarily don't mean anything, because the records don't mean squat, because every time when these two great old rivals face each other, it's always something special. Both miracles in the Meadowlands. One in 2010, the other one the first one is 1978. We all know what happened with the fumble, Herman Edwards game, the miracle in the Meadowlands, and of course the Deshaun Jackson play when the Giants was leading big against the Eagles, and came back and won the game and the division and snatched the division away from the Giants. So anytime when the Giants and the Eagles play is really fireworks. So don't expect no surprises otherwise. Anyway, and of course and of course, I forgot to mention the Carolina Panthers take on the Green Bay Packers as the owner of the. I just find out for my little brother that the owner of the Colts is facing sexual harassment charges, which is beyond. One of the owners facing sexual harassment charges. We don't know yet, but it's still in process as we speak. As the Panthers looking to play the Green Bay Packers, and they starting Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers. I don't see the point of starting Aaron. Aaron Rodgers is coming back to lead, but as long as Atlanta is winning, keep winning, I think the Cowboys and the Packers and the Lions' dreams of making the playoffs are 1 to 10 chances, and it look like 1%. Now, speaking of the Cowboys, the Sunday night game will be they go to the Bay Area. They go to the Bay Area as the Oakland Raiders will host the Dallas Cowboys, as the Cowboys look to keep their playoff hopes alive. As the Raiders, they've lost. I don't know what to say about the Oakland Raiders. They are one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL. Last year, they made the playoffs for the first time since 2002, and they have not been. But here's the good thing: as long as they win, their division is still in the grasp. But they gotta win. They have to win. They have to win. This is a must-win game for the Oakland Raiders. I know we say it in every game. We say that in every game, but this is a must-win for the Oakland Raiders, as the Raiders looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. Both teams for epic proportions, I should say. And finally, the game of the week, and it's a 4:00 game. Battle of heavyweight supremacies. Two teams that face each other more in the playoffs since 2001 than any other team in the AFC. That is the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The New England Patriots look to snap a winning streak after they lost, after they was really get their butts handed to them to the Miami Dolphins. As for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ryan Shazier is still on their mind. He remains in the hospital, still rehabbing as we speak. So the Steelers, this is a big game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yes, obviously, whoever wins this game will get home field advantage. It should be a lot of fireworks. But if the Pittsburgh Steelers going to have a chance to win this game, they gotta do a better job defensively. The Ravens ran the football on them last week, and they gotta stop. The Patriots got a bigger running game than Baltimore have as a physical running team, but the Patriots they're more finesse, more flamboyant, as they will run the beat. Even though the Steelers they have good secondary, but their running game still got to be better than up to par. Otherwise, they really have no chance in this game, none at all. And finally, the bowl season kicks in with the Celebration Bowls and the Las Vegas Bowls. That's coming up tomorrow. And on that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live Podcast Speaker. You can always listen to my show weekdays, afternoon, and my original time, 3 or 4:05, only on Spreaker.com. And for more information about my show, follow my show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. This is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, Shalom, let peace go with you, and I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. So long.